Manfred left himself open for this. And listen, you're sitting there saying, what the heck is Manfred doing? How can he be so inept? He's not inept, folks. Listen, I know Manfred. I've talked to him. He's a smart man. I've argued with him. I've argued with him on podiums, at events where we did a symposium together, and I argued with him that at a symposium one night. He knows what he's a bright man. But what's happening is the owners are giving him his marching orders. They tell him, go out there and tell everybody that we're definitely playing. So he goes out there and he tells everybody that we're definitely playing. Then they tell him, go out there and tell everyone we might not play at all. And he's probably like, hey, I can't do that. I already went out and told them that we're definitely playing. That's what you told me to say last week. No, go out there and now tell them we're not playing. So he's got to go out there as the stooge for the owners, which is what he is. He's their mouthpiece. He's their front man. He's got to go out there. And what he has to be is a strong enough commissioner to say to these owners, hey, I'm not going out there and doing that. I'm not going to go out. I have no credibility if I go out there and say one thing to the nation, and then you make me go out there 5 days later and say something completely else, and I'm going to eat it. And he ate it. He's eaten it all day, and he's now eating it from the Players Association. And this is because the owners are divided. Because the guys who look at it and say, I can't make any money this way. Remember, baseball is a tiered sport. It is the haves and the have-nots. They split completely their network money. And they each make their gate receipts, which neither of them are getting this year. But then comes the other money, which means what they make from their local radio deals. Some make a lot. Some make a little. Some make very little. And then the TV deals. Some make a tremendous amount of money. Some make very little. And that is the money that separates the Yankees from the Twins, from the Mariners, from the Marlins, from the Rays. And that's where you have the haves and the have-nots, the big markets and the small markets. And the small market guy says, wait a second, I don't have a lot of money coming in. If I don't have the money from concessions and from beer sales and from parking and from people sitting in the seats, I don't make enough money from cable television or from radio or from any local money or any local signage. I don't make enough money. I'm going to lose a fortune. I'm going to lose $200,000 a week. I'm not doing it. And that's what he tries to heal. The players can be in lockstep, even the rich players and the new players, the young players and the new players, because the young players believe that someday they'll be in the position of the big players and the older players making the big money. So they'll be in lockstep. The owners, though, this is where they divide on these issues. This is where the haves and have-nots don't stay together, and Manfred has to represent all of them, and that's why one day, and people kill Manfred now saying, what a fool. He goes out and he says this, then he goes out and says that. He's being made to go out there and say this and then go out there and say that. He's taking a big hit, but his owners are doing him a terrible disservice because they're killing his credibility to the country, to the fans, to the media, to the players. And you can't have your front man, which is what he is, look like a fool. And that's what they did. And that's because they're divided and their house isn't in order. And now they made their commissioner, and he works for them. They made him look bad, and they weakened his position dramatically. Right now, the players know they have the owners on the run.